God's chosen ones. If your eyes are changing, you're entering a deeper awakening phase. You wake up at 3:33. Again, your eyes are blurry. The light feels too loud. Your heart, it's racing, but not from fear. People say it's stressed, but deep down, you know it's something sacred. Your body is trembling, not because it's weak, but because your soul is waking up again. And this time, your eyes aren't just seeing the world. They're seeing the truth.
Comment 777. If your body's been trying to tell you something you can no longer ignore.
This is your second awakening, and you're not alone anymore. Your body is speaking. You've felt off. The light feels too loud. Your heartbeat syncs with strange numbers. You walk into a room and your skin tightens before anyone says a word. And lately, even your own reflection feels different. You told yourself it was just fatigue, hormones, another weird phase you'd outgrow, but your soul knows better. You've been here before once, maybe years ago when everything cracked open and God whispered your name for the first time. But this time, it's not a beginning. It's a return, a second awakening. And here's what no one tells you about second awakenings. They don't arrive with fire and revelation. They arrive through your skin, your eyes, your sleep, your silence. They haunt your nervous system until you stop calling it anxiety and start calling it what it really is. Spiritual realignment. You see, your body remembers what your mind has tried to forget. Before you had a name, before your first breath, you were marked a light carrier, a seer, one of God's chosen ones. And now, heaven is knocking again. Not to scare you, not to test you, but to awaken what was hidden beneath years of pretending to be fine. Because you are not fine, you are awakening. Again, and your body, this sacred vessel of vision and vibration, is trying to tell you the truth. You're not going crazy. You're becoming who you always were. So listen, watch, feel your tears, your vision, your skin, your sleep. They've all become prophets, because when the soul starts to rise again, the body doesn't stay silent. It starts speaking in signs, and if you're still here, it's not by accident. Comment 770. If your body's been whispering a truth no one else sees yet, you're not alone, and you are not broken. You are being reawakened. Part 1. The glow in your eyes isn't just light, it's revelation. There's something strange happening when you look in the mirror lately. The eyes staring back. They're still yours, but not entirely. Some days they shimmer. Some days they dim. Sometimes they look like they're holding galaxies. Other times, fog. You've probably chalked it up to lighting. Fatigue. Another long day. But chosen one. This isn't about fatigue. It's about frequency, because when the soul begins to rise again, the second awakening activates your body, the first place it begins to whisper is through your eyes. Your eyes, spiritually speaking, are not just for seeing the world, they are instruments for perceiving truth. They are windows through which your soul begins to shine and shed. It begins with subtle changes. You walk into a crowded place and your pupils tighten not from the lights, but from the pressure. Your vision blurs slightly in certain conversations, but clears when you're alone in silence. You feel your gaze pull away when someone's lying, even when they're smiling. It's not in your imagination. It's not just emotional fatigue. It's your nervous system recalibrating, because your eyes are no longer just absorbing light. They're absorbing energy. You feel it, don't you? The difference between someone who's grounded and someone who's pretending. The way your pupils dilate in nature. Not because the sun is bright, but because your spirit relaxes. Your eyes have become spiritual sensors, tuning forks for truth. And the glow you're seeing, that glimmer in the reflection, that odd glint in photo, it's not vanity. It's revelation. It's your aura beginning to leak through. The heaviness you once carried is lifting, and your eyes are showing the world what your mouth doesn't know how to say yet. I've changed. I'm awakening again. Some will see that glow and feel comforted. Others will look away, not because they hate you, but because they see themselves reflected in your clarity. And is too much. Your eyes don't lie anymore. Even when you shrink and say, I'm okay, they speak truth. They read energy. They reveal God's work in progress. And that's why some strangers look at you a little longer than normal lately. It's not attraction, it's recognition. They're seeing what they buried. They're feeling what they've forgotten. Because the glow in your eyes isn't just light. It's the evidence of resurrection. Breathe. Has anyone told you your eyes feel different lately? Have you caught your own reflection and paused? Not in fear, but in wonder. If so, you're not breaking down. You're breaking through, and the first place heaven speaks is through the gaze of the awakened. Drop a 777 if your eyes have been trying to tell you something sacred. You are not alone. You are not unseen. You are chosen. Part 2. See, you keep waking up at sacred hours, but you're not alone. You check the clock again. Turn toward at 3, 4, 4. You see, it doesn't. Every night it's the same. You wake up heart pounding, eyes wide, and for a moment it feels like someone or something was calling you. You try to explain it away. Bad sleep, hormones, anxiety. But inside, your soul knows this isn't about insomnia. This is a summons. Because when God begins to shift your season, He does not knock on your door during business hours. He comes in the stillness. He comes when the world is silent, and you are most open. Waking at sacred hours, Faye. 34, 44, even 1. 11 is not a glitch. It is a visitation. Your spirit being stirred by divine appointment. You weren't supposed to sleep through this. The veil between worlds is thin in those moments. And what seems like restlessness in your body is often your spirit being pulled into alignment. You are being spoken to, downloaded, aligned. Heaven is trying to deliver something into your awareness. And your body, that beautiful instrument, has become a receiver. That's why when you wake, you sometimes feel a strange pressure in your chest or a sense of presence near your bed. You aren't imagining it. You're not crazy. You're tuning in. Angels do not need to shout. They stir your nervous system instead. They whisper in numbers. They light up the same moment of time until you start to ask, why always now? Why this hour? What's trying to reach me? The answer, your soul, the part of you that remembers the covenant, the version of you who said yes to a mission before you were born, the version of you that already knows. This season is not about routine. It's about realignment. And sometimes realignment means interruption. Sometimes so. Your rest is broken because heaven is breaking through. You may not always receive a clear message in those hours, but the message isn't always words. Sometimes it's stillness. Sometimes it's just presence, a quiet blanket of awareness that wraps around your spirit and says, I'm still here. I haven't forgotten you. And the path is opening. You don't need to figure it all out. You just need to answer the call when it comes. Even if it's 3. Oh, even if your body's trembling, even if your tears arrive before your thoughts, that's not fear, that's recognition. So the next time you wake at that hour, don't rush back to sleep. Sit in it. Breathe. Listen, you are not alone. You are not being disturbed. You are being invited. This is what second awakening feels like. Not a grand entrance, but a sacred nudge. A quiet voice at 3:33 whispering, it's time. Drop a 444 if this has been happening to you. You are not the only one waking in the dark. Others are rising too, and they are feeling the same call. Because the chosen ones don't sleep through destiny. They are awakened again and again until they rise. And you are rising. Part 3. The tears come out of nowhere, but they are holy. You weren't even sad. You were just sitting there watching sunlight filter through the window, or hearing a song you've heard 100 times before. And suddenly, your eyes filled with tears, not sobbing, not dramatic, just soft weeping, from nowhere, for nothing, for everything. And if you've been trying to explain it away, don't, because you can't explain sacred things with surface words. This isn't emotional instability. This is divine release. Chosen one. Your second awakening is activating something most people never speak about, holy tears. These are not tears of weakness. These are tears that break chains. They don't always arrive in grief. They often come in stillness, in awe, when your soul recognizes beauty. When truth enters your body faster than your mind can process it. The body does the only thing it knows how to do when light touches old wounds. It lets go. That's what your tears have been doing lately. Cleansing, unpacking, delivering. Your nervous system is adjusting to higher truth, and your tears are the first to carry it out of you. That's why they arrive without warning, in public, in silence, in the middle of laughter, not to embarrass you, but to baptize you. They are liquid prophets. They are memory unspoken. They are the sound of your spirit unbinding from a former version of yourself. You've cried over beauty you can't explain, over memories you didn't know still hurt, over peace so overwhelming it made your chest ache. That's not a breakdown. That's anointed surrender. God didn't ask you to pretend you were fine. He asked you to be real enough for him to come close. And when he gets that close, your eyes weep, not because you're afraid, but because your soul finally feels safe enough to release what it's carried too long. This is what second awakening feels like. Not just mental clarity, but emotional release. Physical evidence that the spirit is returning home to your body. The world will say, "You're too sensitive." But heaven says, "You are open now, and I can speak through you." Tears are the first words of the new you. They don't need to be explained. They need to be honored. So next time the tears come without reason, don't wipe them away in shame. Let them flow like prayers. Let them water the places inside you that have been dry for too long. Your tears are telling a sacred truth. I have survived. I have awakened. I am ready. If you've wept for no reason, and now you finally know why. Because the tears coming out of nowhere, they are not breakdowns. They are holy, and so are you. Part 4. Why your skin, your nerves, your energy feels off. You've felt it. The tingling, the strange heaviness, the tension in your shoulders for no reason. The way your skin pulls back in crowds as if it's trying to protect you from something unseen. Some days your body hums like it's plugged into a storm. Other days, it drags like gravity doubled overnight. You've wondered if you're just off, but the truth is, you're being rewired. The second awakening isn't just about vision or dreams. It's about the body becoming sacred again. Your nerves, your muscles, your skin, and they're catching up to the frequency your soul is already vibrating at. That's why everything feels hypersensitive. You're not just tired, you're integrating. Every spiritual upgrade must pass through the temple of your body, and your temple is shifting dimensions. Signs you've likely felt: random buzzing or warmth in the hands or spine, sudden nausea in certain rooms or around certain people, fluctuating body temperature without cause, your skin tingling during prayer, music, or silence, goosebumps from the truth. These are not malfunctions, they are activations. Your skin is beginning to sense vibration, not just texture. Your body is learning the language of energy. Your cells are becoming discerning instruments, no longer willing to stay numb in spaces that feel fake or heavy. And the nervousness you can't explain, that's not fear. That's energy your body hasn't been taught how to digest yet. Spiritual tension feels like anxiety at first, until you realize it's your soul trying to expand inside a system that was trained to suppress it. You don't need medication. You need stillness. Stillness to let your body catch its breath, to let your spirit settle into its new home. You are not going backwards. You are becoming light sensitive, truth sensitive, present sensitive. This is what second awakening does. It doesn't just open your eyes. It transforms your skin into a prophetic surface. Your skin doesn't lie. Your body doesn't fake. When something is wrong, it shows you. When something is holy, it glows. You've been told you're too reactive. But God says, no, you are too alive to keep pretending you're numb. He didn't design you to blend into broken systems. He made you to be attuned. That discomfort you feel, that's the cost of clarity. But it's also the beginning of embodiment. You are not just awakening in spirit, you are awakening in flesh. And your body is trying to tell you, I'm not broken. I'm changing. I don't need fixing. I need space. We are becoming who we were before the world dulled our senses. So if your energy feels scattered lately, if your skin flinches at fake people, if your breath feels shallow in crowded places, don't shame yourself. Your nervous system is learning the language of God. You're not unstable. You are being recalibrated. Drop or comment 444 if your body has fell off, but now you realize it's not off. It's on. It's switched on to the truth. And your job now is not to numb it, but to honor it, because you're not just awakening in spirit. You're awakening in skin. Part 5. Your body is becoming a spiritual instrument. You've always been told the body is fragile, that it breaks, that it ages, that it betrays. But no one ever told you that the body could prophesy, that it could feel truth before the mind can name it, that it could become an instrument of the spirit. Yet here you are, blinking back tears you don't understand, waking up at sacred hours, pulsing with energies you can't explain. Your vision flickers, your heart beats in code, your hands tremble when you pray.
This isn't weakness.
This is activation. Your body is no longer just a vehicle. It is a vessel. Your skin is tuning in. Your nervous system is syncing with frequencies heaven buried in your bones. And your eyes. Your eyes have started to show the world what your spirit always knew. I'm not just seeing, I'm noticing, and I can't unsee it anymore. Chosen one. Your second awakening has made your body an instrument of awareness. It's why you flinch at fake laughter. It's why certain spaces make your stomach twist. It's why you cry at beauty that others overlook. It's why your voice shakes when truth tries to move through it. You're not crazy. You're conductive now. Your cells, they carry codes. Your tears, they carry prophecy. Your voice, it doesn't just speak, it transmits. This is what second awakening does. It doesn't just open your third eye. It opens your lungs to breathe differently. It opens your hands to heal differently. It opens your mouth to speak things you didn't study. But somehow remember, you've become a living altar. Not because you're perfect, but because you're available, and that availability is what makes you powerful. Your presence now shifts rooms, not because of charisma, but because of frequency. The ones who once ignored you, they sense something's changed even if they can't name it. It's not just your glow. It's not just your peace. It's the soundless vibration of someone who has returned to themselves. A body that no longer lies. A vessel that no longer bends to fit what was killing it. You are becoming a spiritual instrument. Your body now responds to prayer, to silence, to divine timing. That's why you can't eat the same. Why you can't speak the same. Why your very breath feels different. You are a living frequency. Your presence is now a song only the awakened can hear. So if you've been wondering why you've felt so strange lately, why your emotions arrive like waves, why your body buzzes with no warning, why people say you feel different, it's because you are. You're not dying. You're tuning. You are now aligned with your divine design. And your body, it's no longer just surviving. It's becoming a portal, a translator of unseen truths, a divine tool of recognition, restoration, and revelation. Drop A or type 777 if your body is no longer staying silent, if it's speaking, singing, trembling with sacred signals. You are not breaking. You are being rebuilt. You are not sick. You are sacred. You are not going back to sleep. You are becoming a spiritual instrument, and heaven is playing through you now. You're not breaking. You're becoming. If you've made it this far, you already know the truth. This was never about your body falling apart. This was never about anxiety, fatigue, or strange eyes in the mirror. This was about remembering. Your soul has been trying to return, to step fully into the vessel God handcrafted for this moment in time. And now, you've felt it. The light, the trembling, the shift. You didn't imagine it. You didn't make it up. Your body has been trying to carry your resurrection, and no one taught you what that would look like. Because most don't survive long enough to remember. But you did. You woke up at 3:33. You cried without reason. You pulled back from the noise. You saw your own eyes change in a still mirror. And instead of collapsing, you asked what it meant. That question, it was your confirmation. You, beloved, are not crazy. You are chosen. Your tears were sacred water. Your trembling was sacred tuning. Your eyes were never just seeing light. They were becoming light themselves. It was baptizing you. Your sleep changed so your soul could meet the divine in silence. Your skin pulsed because truth was trying to break through. Your voice cracked because a new sound was trying to rise. You are no longer the same. And if this message found you today, it means the second awakening has begun. Not for the world, for you. What if every ache was holy? What if the discomfort was direction? What if the changes you feared were actually the signs you were asking for? You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not abandoned. You are awakening body, mind, and soul. And heaven has noticed. If your body has been speaking in ways no one understood, if you now realize it was never random, it was sacred. Comment 7 and below. Let the world know I am not crazy. I am awakening again. And this time I know I'm chosen. Stillness is not laziness. Sensitivity is not weakness. Tears are not shameful. They are sacred tools for those chosen to see the invisible. If you're still here, it's not by chance. This is your sign. You are chosen, you are changing, and you are finally coming home to yourself.